Hausfrau of a man. Hair, 5 sausages and all the chips. That's how you do it, isn't it? You let the thought fly into your mind and then fly right out again, via your mouth. Crazy. Before, I would never even have noticed he was fat, or if I had, just for 1 minute, I would have immediately decided that I was wrong. The fat man was wearing a beige raincoat, even though it was August. There was a huge brown sweat patch beneath his arm when he saluted, the edges of it salty and white. I wasn't introduced to him by name. He was something to do with the HJ, I told myself, someone we hadn't come across yet since the Great Integration. We knew all the boys in the Kameradschaft, the local colony of HJ boys that had joined our Mädelschaft, our fellowship of girls in the Bund Deutscher Mädel. We knew them from the next-door elite school and from around the neighborhood. And we knew one of the HJ leaders, a short, moustached man called Dirk, who was forever picking his shorts out of his small, flat bottom. And we knew Fisher. Fisher smiled, put his hand gently in the middle of my back, and guided me toward the table. This was reassuring, but startling, because they weren't allowed to touch us. It wasn't proper. Spoiled the milk. Our BDM leader, Fräulein Eberhardt, her hair always piled up like a squashed plum pudding, never touched us, even if we were sobbing. Not that I would ever have let Fräulein Eberhardt see me sobbing. Maybe if one of us had blood gushing from a severed artery, she would have made some sort of physical contact. Apply direct pressure to the wound with fingers or a cloth until a sterile dressing becomes available. Though I would have done my very best to hide that kind of weakness from Fräulein Eberhardt, too. I sat down. The fat man stared, giving me no clues about the way he felt. Maybe he was lost in thought, dreaming of big, greasy sausages oozing with gravy, swimming in fritten. Fisher sat down opposite me. He looked me in the eye. That was the thing about Fisher, his eyes. I know this isn't something you normally ever notice about a person. If I asked you the colour of your best friend's eyes, you'd really have to think about it. Clementine's? Green, I think. But with Fisher, you couldn't not notice. He put his eyes on you and kaboom! There they were, bright blue like coloured glass, spokes of navy fireworking through them. Angelica Baker always believed that I had a crush on Fisher right from the start. She based this assumption solely on the fact that I had gotten used to the relaxation of our leaders' titles while the others had not. They insisted on calling Fisher Herr Fisher when he had expressly told them that the Great Integration called for less formality. I challenged Angelica on this piece of shoddy evidence when the rumours began, and she said it wasn't what I called him, but how I said it. She claimed that when I spoke to him, my voice went all frothy. I wouldn't even know how to be frothy. Angelica understood nothing. Fräulein Keller, we commend your quick actions at the concert today. Thank you, Fisher, I replied, gulping back my relief. There was no wobble in my voice, though, no teardrop on my cheek. I was very proud of myself, proud of us both, in fact, for putting on this polished performance. I snatched a glance at the fat man to see if he too was thankful for what I'd done. His face gave me nothing. And what do you think happened? This was Fisher's next question. I began to shake. In your own time, Fräulein Keller. I cleared my throat, straightened my back, looked into Fisher's freaky hypno eyes. The fat man shifted against the wall to make clear my answer was going to be very, very important. He nudged the portrait of Herr Dean into a wonky angle. What happened was, I began, that the mixture of polyester and cotton in our uniforms proved to be a volatile combination in the circumstances. Silence. Both men wanted more. And that because, I went on, knowing I must try my hardest to whack this ball out of the field, man-made fibres burn faster than natural fibres, but a combination of the two can be the greater hazard. My last sentence was worse.